Hello. Just wait for a few of you to join me. We've got somebody in. I'm not sure who you are. I've got a couple. I'll wait for a few more of you. I've got 3. It's not telling me. Kaz. Hi, Kaz. For some reason, it's not telling me everybody who's in. Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Some of you it's telling me, some of you it's not. Anyway, right. What are we going to do today? Well, I've got a few people that want to say hello, so I shall bring on. This is Hamish. Hiya, Jude. Hiya, Sharon. This is a new one. Hiya, Ellen. This is one of the little gnomes that will be joining me on a chanda next week. It's grouping some of you together. Hi, Hazel. You all right? And with Hazel, with Hamish, we've got somebody peeking in the corner. Who's this one? This one is Eamon Gnomes. Helen Harris named him, so thank you, Ellen. I really like it. And this one's little Hamish, so he's got a friend. I'm not actually 100% better, but oh, thank you, Ellen. I'm getting a little bit better. So, hi, Trish. I'm gonna put these back on my desk, and I'll show you in a bit. I'm still a bit dizzy, but I thought I'm not gonna not do another Facebook Live because it's not fair, and I am able to sew, so I'm gonna keep going. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Heather. So, right, let's get going. I've just been on the phone to Lewis, my son, who has got my little granddaughter. She's stable at the moment, so fingers crossed that stays that way. Some of you might notice that I've changed my room around a little bit, and I've just realised it might not work for my sewing because I normally put you to my right hand side and my iron's there. So we'll see how it goes. I can always try and hiya Angela, hiya Wendy. I can always try and swizzle it round a little bit. So what have I been doing this week? Well, basically I've been getting ready for a chanda. I'm on a chanda on next Monday, 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Oh, normally in bed for 9 o'clock. But I'll do it. You can't always have good hours, can you? So yes, thank you, Ellen. She's we just wish that they could get them home. It's taking its toll on my son and my daughter-in-law, but at least she's still here. Right, so I've been looking at my wardrobe. Well, I haven't even got a wardrobe at the minute because we're having his house done. Hi, Rosemary. Missing you all at Fat Quarter Quilters. I will be back soon. We're having all the house done, so I've been looking at my winter clothes and realised that I needed an input of warmer clothes. So I made myself this. Now, I don't know if you can see, it's like a cable knit, and it's the Nina Lee South Bank sweater. So it's quite long, down to the knees, and it's got a band round, but it's lovely for just throwing on. But then I thought I need a few more bits and pieces as well. So I wanted some cardigans and I wanted some new pinafores. And I looked online and I saw that Tilly, and from Tilly and the Buttons, had got a lovely pinafore in this book. Now, Tilly's patterns are about £15, and I think the book was 25. So I thought, well, if there's more than one pattern in there that I want, then I will. Lovely to see you too. Hi, Steph. Then I'm going to buy the book rather than just buy one pattern, because or 2 patterns, because that's going to be like 30 quid anyway, and it's only 25 for the book. And there's actually quite a few in here. So let's have a look. The one that I wanted to make, I wanted to make that cardigan, the Bertha cardigan. I like cardigans because I can still I can still wear dresses and just put a cardigan over the top. but the other one was that Pinafore. I really like that one. So I'm going to be having a go at some of these patterns out of this book, and I think Tilly's patterns are really, really good, easy to follow, good fitting. So I purchased this and I had a mooch over to Lamaze Fabrics and I bought some bits and pieces from there. Now this looks like a tiny piece of fabric, and basically that's because I liked it so much I've cut it out already. And what I chose for this fabric, it's like a knit. Hiya Angie. It's got a bit of stretch in it, and I like this dress from Sew Over It. It's the cowl neck dress top. You can make it into a dress or a dress or a top. You can make it into a dress or a top. Hiya Valerie, it's good to see you too. Hiya Pauline. So I've already got this cut out, and if it works out okay, I may even wear it on a Chanda on Monday if I get it done. So out of this fabric, you can see it's got a texture on it, but it's not too thick. I'm going to make that dress. And then while I was there, they had some, I think this is Art Gallery fabrics, and it's just a remnant, but I thought if it's no good for a vest top, then I'm going to make something for Robin, for the baby. But I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and the quality of the fabric, it's stunning, absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to have a go at a vest top out of that, but that was just, like I say, it was just a remnant. And then I got this one. This one's so cool. It's a Japanese fabric, screen printed in Japan, cotton and steel. It's absolutely beautiful. It feels like a lawn, and I'm not sure what I'm going to make with that yet. Probably something for spring or summer, but it's really, really beautiful fluid fabric. It's gorgeous. And I got another one. I'm not sure what this is. Feels like a very drapey viscose. Whose is this one by? But the fabrics from Lamaze, you can see it's beautiful drape on it, are all designer fabrics. So you get some really, really nice patterns and beautiful quality. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe an Eve dress, because I think that is gorgeous fabric. Right, so that's what I've been buying. And as well as Amish and Eamon, I'm doing a table runner for a Chanda. I love them too, yes, really, really nice fabrics. So it's Lamaze, Lamazi, if anybody wants to go and have a look. So this, now some of you who used to know me in another lifetime will know or recognise these little dancing snowmen. I loved them so much. I've made a lot of cards out of these that I thought, why keep it to just stamping? So I've enlarged them on a printer and I've made them into an applique. So it comes to you as the applique like that, and then I've cut the letters out and the snowflakes, and I've put it in, I've put an insulated wadding in to make it as a table runner, obviously for Christmas. So that's going on a Chanda as well. And it's been a really nice project to do. I've loved it because I've been able to get all the lovely, variegated threads and sparkly threads out. And if you look, the fabric's all sparkly as well. So you've got to have a bit of sparkle at Christmas, haven't you? So that's another one that is for a Chanda. But then I decided to make myself a sweatshirt. So this is the first one, and it's a bit bright, isn't it? The lighting's really bright. I don't know if it'll make it any better, but so there we've got the snowman, and now on the embroidery machine I put "Let It Snow." Now, are you seeing that as backwards, or is it right to you? Thanks, Sarah. It is a really good idea because I bought all the designs for the stamps and drawn all the designs as well, a lot that I've got, And I just thought, why keep them as just stamps? You know, you can make them into appliques. So, does it look really bright to you? It's backwards. Right, it's because I've got my screen flipped, so sorry about that. But you can tell it says let it snow. It doesn't say one's tea tell. Anyway, that's a sweatshirt that I've made from the same design. Just to show you that if you've got any designs, you can enlarge them and turn them into appliques for yourself. I'm all right, Angie, how are you doing? So, what am I going to do today? I'll just turn you around a little bit so you can see. So, I'm not sure you're going to be any good from that side. Let me move Eamon and Amish out of the way. And I'll see if I can get you round the other side. Let's do a quick flit. Apologies if you're going a bit dizzy. Oops, you're going down as well. Tighten it up again. There we go. So if I hit the leg, it might go a bit wobbly. Anyway, right, what else have I got on my work desk? I'm making some new pants as well. So I've been doing some new garments, and I've been doing my projects for Achanda. But I wanted to show you, I did say quite last one or the one before, that I would show you how to make pants. And the ones I was making were like brief ones. So you've got about 3 inches at the side. And I wanted some fuller. Don't worry, Sandra, I didn't see the angry faces, and I wouldn't take offence anyway, because I'm exactly the same. Yeah, so I wanted them deeper. So what I've done is I've done my pattern exactly the same, but just increased the side and all the way along to the top, so that it will make the pants higher up to the waist, if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, Jill, she's stable at the moment, thank heavens, and we're hoping for some more news tomorrow about the next plan, what they can do for her. Hopefully they'll be able to do something. So if you look at this, the backs, you can see I've got a good inch and a half difference in the width at the back. Because sometimes if you're wearing trousers, you don't want to have that telltale line at the back where the elastic is. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you on the Bernina how I would make these. Normally I would do them on an overlocker, and hi Kaylee, and I would do the majority of the stitching on there and then just do the elastics on here. But because I don't want to be moving you around my room, I'm going to put you on here, and I'm going to show you how you would do it if you haven't got an overlocker. So it might help you out anyway. You can just see in the background, where I went there, that's my domestic cover stitch, and I got a binding foot for that. So when I've had time to play, I'm going to be showing you how that works. Right, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to make the narrow ones. I've got my gusset pieces, so we've got 2 of those for each pair, and I've got my front and my back. So that's for the deep one, that's for the narrow one. Yeah, so I'll put them to the side. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to lay the back down onto my bench, and I'm going to take the gussets, and you can see it's wider at that end than it is at the front. So that is the back, the wider end, the front is the smaller end. And I'm going to lay one of these right sides together with the bottom of the back piece. So you can see that there, that is the wide part onto the bottom of the back piece. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to get the other one and use the same portion, but I'm going to lay that right sides down so that it's sandwiched in between. You can see we've got a gusset with the back piece sandwiched in between. What fabric do you use for underwear? Do you know what? I use all my offcuts of jersey and scubas, all those sort of fabrics. Laces even, but if I use a lace, I always use a cotton gusset. Right, so what stitch am I going to use? I'm going to use, I could either use a narrow zigzag. Let me get my, but what I'm looking for is a little, that one there. It looks like, can you see on the screen? It looks like a very wiggly line. That's what they call like a lightning bolt. I'm going to use that so it goes down and back up and down and back up. So I'm going to use that one. On an overlocker, I would just stitch straight across that, and that would be it done. But on this one, I'm going to use a stretch stitch, and it will tell you on your machine or in your instruction manual which are the stretched stitches. Is it stitching? I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. This is the problem if you've got an overlocker and then you start doing it on a domestic machine. You get a bit impatient. It's gone and eaten my fabric. Let's start again. It might be because I've got a metallic needle in. That's better. Yeah, I would put a ballpoint needle or a stretch needle in. But, you know what I'm like. So I'll show you this when it's stitched, what it looks like. I have got my walking foot on, but it's still pushing the fabrics a little bit. Right, so if you can see that, it just gives you that little zigzaggy stitch, but that will stretch. Light is shining on your hands. Sorry about that. I tell you what, yeah, I've had to do this before. I'll turn the light off on my machine. Turn it down as much as possible. Does that look any better? If it's no better, I'll turn it off fully. I tell you what, just turn it off, Ali. That's better, isn't it? Right, okay. Right, so you can see now. I can't see, but you can see, so that's all right. Right. I've got a rainbowy coloured thread underneath. Right, what we need to do now is we need to burrito this. So, let me see if I can... I was going to see if I could put it on the table so you could see it, but you can't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the front, and you'll see the front gusset piece is a lot narrower than the back. I'm going to lay that down, and if you look here, we've got the back piece with the gusset there, and if you look there, that gusset piece is there. Now what we want to do is we want to lay the front even with this, but we need to bring the gusset pieces, move all that inside it, and bring the gusset pieces to the top like that, so all that is inside there. And I need to then place this one right sides together there. Have I got my clips? No, but I've got a pin here. So I'll pin that, then you can see. So that one's that together, and then at the back, we're going to take the other gusset piece and lay that right side to the back of that. It's quite hard to do it without putting it down so you can see, and then pin that together. So you can see all that fabric is inside, and that's what you call a burrito. So when I stitch that, well, I'll show you what'll happen, turn it through. Is that easier for you to see? Looks it, doesn't it? It's a very bright machine when the lights are on. There we go. Right, so that's done the stitching on that. Now what I need to do is, hi Rosemary, I'm not as bad as I was last week. I'm still not 100%, but I'm getting there. When you pull all that out, you can see then you've got the right side of the fabric on this side and the right fabric on that side. And when you put the side seams together, you'll see that they suddenly become pants. So if you put the side seams together, there, I will use a pin. I know I don't normally, but I'm going to be good. So I've pinned the side seams together, pinned the opposite side seam together. And you'll see that they've become more or less your pants. Da, da, da. Why are you in Sheffield, Kaylee? Kaylee's just saying she hopes Robin's okay and they're in Sheffield at the moment. Is Alex all right? I'm hoping so. Right. You let me know, Kaylee, and you know you can pop around anytime you want. I'm just going to reach across for some scissors, excuse me. All I would do now is just trim all this level. I don't do the cutting out very accurate. I just use all my scraps when I get them and just cut them into pant shapes and then have a marathon pants sewing day. I think we should all have a marathon pants sewing day. There we go. So just trim all that level. I'm going to stitch. Ooh, twisted. Don't get your knickers in a twist. I'm going to stitch down the side seams and then I'll show you how to put the elastic in. Never tried making pants. They look quite easy. They are very easy and it's really satisfying to use all your scraps up. And all this, I'm a right tight thing. All the scraps that are too small for your pants, make them into scrunchies for your hair. Emergency surgery to drain a very large amount of blood discovered by his fellow. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, Kaylee. I hope he's feeling better soon. Jill, right, Jill's asking for a pattern. There is lots and lots of patterns out there for pants. I've made this pattern myself because I found that pants are a very different, well, the pants area is very different on every person and you want them to be comfortable. So this is one that I have tweaked and you know, made my own. Now, I found Sew Over It's got one and I think it's about £5. But I tell you what, I'll show you how to draft a pattern next week on my what's on my work desk because it's very easy to do. Let me do the side seams on this and then I'll show you how to put the elastic on. It is so easy to do, so quick. I think I ought to change my needle because it's just dragging on the fabric. No, I snapped my thread now. It's just eating it. I'm going to change my... I pulled my thing out. I'm going to change my needle to a, whatchamacallit needle, a ballpoint needle, so just bear with me. Right. Put my plate back on. I'm going to change my bobbin underneath because I don't want to be sewing with variegated thread underneath. I should have done all this before, shouldn't I? But I was eating my dinner. I did a gammon joint and it was very tasty. I do it with mustard and honey and orange juice. That's my... Sorry, I'm going to have to reach over here again. I need to get my... It doesn't have a normal screwdriver to change the needle on this one. Right. Oh, sorry about that. I've got you caught in my wheels. Sorry if anybody got dizzy then. Right, Microtex leather top stitch jersey. Yeah, so you want a jersey, a ballpoint, a stretch needle, anything like that. I do like the organ needles. I think the organ one's the best that you can buy, in my opinion. Can't see without my light on now. I've got it. Sometimes you can just feel your way. Just tighten that up and I'll get back onto the pants. I don't normally use a stretch stitch because I tend to do everything on the overlocker. I'll try not to knock you again. There we go. Back in business. Make sure I don't lose that. I'll just have a quick slurp of my gin. I don't know if somebody else has got a gin with me. Have you got one, Jude? Got a bruise on my head now. Oh, sorry, Margaret. I do apologise. You got caught in my wheels. The wheels of my chair. Yeah, I don't tend to do very good cutting out. I'm always that busy that I just tend to cut out the rough shape and then I stitch them together and get the shape right when I do that. Isn't it amazing when you put right needle in how much easier it works? Are you all like that? Just too lazy to change it and then regret it? Certain jobs I do it properly. Right, so that's the side stitch. And we've got the right colour bobbin thread on as well. Oh dear. Do the opposite side. Look how much easier that is. Right needle for the job, ladies. I hope you've learned a lesson. I have. Right, so I'm just going to trim my seams even. Like I say, I would normally do it on the overlocker, which tidies everything up for me, so I don't have to cut them too tidily, but I will tidy them up a little bit. And you know what? I prefer wearing the pants that I've made myself to any that I've bought. Right, so now for the elastic. I did manage to get hold of a full bobbin of Pico elastic. Sometimes it's quite hard to get hold of, especially with the COVID situation. People have been using it for their masks. I do need to cut my top level because we don't want it to be uneven with the elastic on. Yeah, I'm dying to have a go with that cover stitch shirt binder. Oh no, look what I've done. My scissors are too sharp. I'm going to have these even lower now. Oh dear, that's me drinking gin on the job. Right, I'm just going to cut half an inch off. You didn't know it was going to be a comedy hour, did you? Right, I've had to cut a bit off the top because I snipped an hole in with my scissors. Right, you look at your Pico elastic and you can see that it's got a fancy edge and a straight edge. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to stitch onto the right side with the fancy edge facing down. So the straight edges are going to be even. And we're going to stitch with a zigzag stitch. Move down. There we go. Just a normal zigzag stitch, quite a small one, just on that straight bit there. And what you could do is you could measure it around yourself. I've got used to how I do it, and I just stretch it a little bit. I seem to know what stretch I need in it. Take more water with it. I'll bear that in mind, Sarah. So yeah, so I'm just going to lay it down and actually just start stitching. But if you want to wrap it around yourself and then just overlap what's comfortable for you, overlap it by about an inch, and then you could quarter it and half it and do the same with your pants so that you know it's going to be equal all the way around. I find that I'm just going to stretch a little bit and it's fine. Not too much. You don't want them too gathered. And then I'm just stitching right on the edge of that elastic, making sure I catch it. It doesn't matter if you've got a bit of your elastic. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. That's a bit too narrow. That's better. It doesn't matter if you've got any fabric coming out of the end, so long as you catch it all in, because you can trim that off. And just work your way around. Yes, so next week, if you want to get a pair of pants that are comfortable on yourself, some freezer paper and a pencil, we'll have a go at drafting a pattern. A pattern that's going to be perfect fit for you. And from that pattern then you can make higher waisted ones, you can make higher leg ones, you can make bikini bottoms. So you can actually use that as your block. Yeah, so just stretching a tiny bit. I am holding it at the back as well, just to keep it straight. A little bit of tension on it helps, but I'm not pulling it or pushing it. When I get back to the beginning, I'm going to overlap it by about an inch. Just back tack a little bit. Take that out and be careful with your scissors. Right, so you can see there on the back you've got just that little zigzag stitch on the edge. When you turn that to the inside, you can just see that elastic peeping out over the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that zigzag stitch, and if your machine might have different types of going to have to say good night. Battery running down. See you all next week. See you next week, Helen. Unless you've already gone. I'm going to take that zigzag stitch and I'm going to make it wider and deeper. So I've got it on 1.8 and 7.3 now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold that to the inside and I'm going to stitch along the fabric there, and you'll just get that picot edge peeping over the top. Start at the back. Yep, I've got the back. If you want to pin it, you can pin it all to the inside, keeping it nice and neat. So I'm just folding it in, and then again just stretching it till it's you know, to its full stretch, so to speak, if that's a word.
you'll also find that your pants are very professional looking because they're so easy to do. There we go. Just keep pushing it back as you go. Don't overstretch it, just stretch it so that your fabric's flat. Nearly back round. There we go. And then again, you're just going to go over where you started. And there you can see you've got that lovely, you see it looks just like they do in the shop. You've got your lovely zigzag on that side and then your elastic on the inside. So what we're going to do now is on the legs as well, exactly the same. So start on the inside, and I like to start on where the gusset is. You've got 2 layers there, so keep those layers together, lay that down, get your elastic, and the straight part is going to go to the straight part of your fabrics through both layers, and get your small zigzag back and just stitch along that flat piece there. So put it back to what it was. I've got it to about 3.5 by 1.6, and I'm just going to stitch all the way around there. Again, just stretching it slightly. If you're not sure and you want to make sure it's right, pull the elastic, put it round your leg till it feels comfortable, and then overlap it by, you know, about 1 inch, and that should be fine. Right, so just stitching this right at the edge onto the inside, and then we turn it to the turn the elastic to the inside of the garment, and then double zigzag on the top of it in a bigger zigzag stitch, and it's finished. So whoever it was who said they were easy, yes, they are very easy. And you're not wasting any of your fabric. I've also got quite a few pairs of boxer shorts for Mark to make, or rather to make for Mark. So if anybody's wanted to see that, I'll save a pair to make next week. I don't like pants that don't cover your cheeks either, so I've added quite a bit more fabric onto the cheeks. You can tweak them to whatever you want, whatever's comfortable for yourself. Right, so just overlap, back tack, take that out, trim off your elastic. So again, when you get to this point, just straighten it out, fold the elastic to the inside, and then top stitch in the bigger zigzag stitch, which we added, what did we have it? 1.8 by 7, 7.3, yeah, 7.4, that'll do. So we're going to fold that to the inside and then top stitch on here. Just pulling the fabric, not taut, but flat. I think what I'd advise you to do is to get some bits of jersey and some bits of elastic, and just have a practice putting the elastic on the edge of it before you go onto the garment, if you're not sure, but it is very easy. probably be really tired late next week because I'm on a Chanda at 9 o'clock at night, so I'll not get off air while 10 unless we stay over. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We wouldn't get home till 1 o'clock at morning, 2 o'clock at morning, maybe even, depending on traffic. Right, I've just come to a little kink in my, that's it, just pull it straight. We've had new windows put in the house yesterday, so hopefully it's going to be a bit warmer now. Well, we haven't got radiators on yet because we're still having it all done. Back to where we started from. Back tack a little bit and then take it out. One more leg to do. I'll show you so far. So you can see now we've got the top part done and one leg. You can't see because of my arm. So there you go, we've got the top part done and one leg. I've just joined you what fabric I use. This is just some fabric I'd got left over for a dress, I think it was. It's a jersey. So you can see it's a stretch jersey, and I just basically use up all my scraps for pants, and then whatever small pieces are left I use to make scrunchies. So nothing's wasted. I'm just onto the last leg now. So what I'm doing is getting my Pico elastic or fancy edge elastic, and on this where the gusset is, that's where I'm starting. I'm placing it right side together. And I'm going to do a small zigzag stitch just on this edge here. So I'm going to put that back down to 1.6 by about 3.5. Yeah, that'll do. And I'm going to stitch that onto there, just stretching it slightly as I go. I did swap my needle to a jersey needle. As I started doing it, I had metallic needling because I'd been doing my table runner with metallic threads, and it did not like it on the fabric, so always use the correct needle for the job. It does pay. I haven't had any trouble since I changed the needle. You tend to just use whatever's left in there, but it doesn't always pay. Got to level that leg off. That's because I have more fabric on the cheeks part of the pants. I have to just shape it around a little bit. So I hope you're all going to be having a go at making your own pants. Yes, I am on Monday, Sarah. I'm on at 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Oh, we can see I've got a join there. I should just about make it. I hate it when they do that. Has anybody else had problem getting hold of elastic? I'm going to miss it, that's all right. I have got a lot of new fabrics actually. I've not brought them in. I need to get them on the web. Right, so when you get to the join, just overlap, back tack a little bit, and then take that out. So I'm just going to trim that off where there was the little overlap. So now what you're going to do is, I'm going to just trim off that bit of excess fabric there. Fold the elastic to the inside, so you can just see the picot elastic on the edge, and then we're going to top stitch on here with a zigzag, and it's the large zigzag, so we had it at 1.8 by 7.4. That's it. Yeah. So I'm just going to top stitch on here, just stretching it slightly as I go. And that is a pair of pants made in probably half an hour. And that's all on here. If I were doing it on the overlocker, it would be even quicker. So it just shows you though, you don't have to have an overlocker to be able to make, you know, your garment clothes. Oops, that's a message on my phone. If you're using any fabrics that got polyester in, you can still use them, but I would recommend using a plain cotton, 100% cotton for the gusset, just for personal hygiene. Sometimes I just put white cotton in anyway, because I think it just makes them look quite nice. Nearly finished. When you get back to where you started, again just overlap and back tack to reinforce the stitch. Back tack. There we go. And there we have a pair of pants. Camera's slipped. This camera, my camera. Sorry everybody if my camera slipped, I apologise for that. Right, so there we go, that's the pants finished, and just need a press. And we've got a nice pair of comfy pants. If you can see, look quite neat on the edge and on the inside. So I hope you're all going to have a go at making your own pants, just to see how much more comfy they are. Next week I will do, well, not a tutorial, but I'll show you how I would go about making a pattern to fit yourselves for your pants. And I will try and arrange my room so that I can get my camera in properly next time without knocking it over. Right, what, we're on 10 to 8, so yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day, and I shall see you all next week. I will try and see you on Monday on a Chanda. If not, if you can't get in, then I shall see you here on Tuesday night. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you then. Bye. Bye.